All right, what's up, YouTube? This is BoxingWave. Just finished watching the fight and watching the post-fight speech. Give credit to both fighters. I've seen a lot. I was on Twitter. I was checking my Twitter throughout the night, and I was watching what everybody was saying about the fight and mixed reviews. I think people need to give a lot of credit to both fighters. Hopkins took a big gamble with this fight. I did a prediction video. I thought Hopkins was going to find a way to pull out the win for this fight. Okay, I actually wanted him to win this fight because I wanted him to make history, and he didn't do it. He got dominated, and it's just that simple. He got dominated. It wasn't, he had Kovalev. He landed a few good right hands from time to time, but Kovalev was doing that all night long. Okay, the fight wasn't close. Okay, but Bernard Hopkins did not almost win any round to me. Okay, he didn't have him hurt in the 12th round. They showed him the replay. Okay, let me make one thing clear. Kovalev outboxed him. Okay, he put on a good technical fight performance. It wasn't power. Okay, this was the best performance I've seen from Sergey Kovalev throughout his whole career. I know he's knocked guys out in the first and second round, but this performance here, he actually proved how good of a technical fighter he can be. Okay, just like Bernard Hopkins, everything Bernard Hopkins said at the end, Kovalev kept his range out there. Okay, Hopkins didn't have no answer for his right hand. Okay, even at times when Hopkins was able to tie him up, he didn't even win when he was tying up. Kovalev was still landing shots while they were tied up and everything. Kovalev put on a great performance. He took his time. He stayed patient. There was some times where he looked to be a little antsy, a little frustrated because he wanted to get the knockout, okay? And it was times, it was moments in the fight, I could still see maybe him possibly having some stamina issues if he were to fight another young, good fighter. Might have some stamina issues, but I'm going to be straight up with you guys. If you didn't have him in your top 10 pound for pound, now this is the validation. Kovalev is a good boxer. He's just not a big slugger. He's there's so many videos that could come up from this the outcome of this fight. Okay, we can sit here and discuss so many things. There's so many options. We discuss Adonis Stevenson, Andre Ward, Golovkin, all these videos. We could talk. I'm not going to make a whole bunch of different debates right now. I just want to make a real quick video for the follow-up for the fight. But Kovalev, give him his credit. Bernard Hopkins, I don't know what he's going to do. I wouldn't be surprised if he still fought Adonis Stevenson before Kovalev did, okay? I really wouldn't be surprised, okay? But he could still fight. He could still fight. It's just that Kovalev, is a really good fighter, When I'm watching a fight, I saw the first round and I was just sitting there, I'm watching the fight like this throughout the whole fight. I couldn't even move, because I was just like, oh God, is Hopkins really gonna get knocked out? He's a tough guy. He got hit with a lot of big shots in the 12th round. I thought the fight was going to be stopped. I was glad the ref didn't stop it because Hopkins was fine. He just was taking punishment, but he was fine at the same time. Okay. I was hoping Hopkins turned it up a little early. I know he would have been taking risks, and this is why I felt like I knew like the first 3 rounds Kovalev was going to win because the first 3 or 4 rounds Hopkins is still just trying to figure out. But I thought, midway through the fight, Hopkins was going to change the pace up, throw a little bit more punches. He threw very, very few punches. I don't even think he, maybe like one set. I don't know. I think it was 155, like after 11th round, 10 or 11 rounds. So he definitely didn't make 200 punches, all right? I just thought he was going to turn it up a little bit more halfway through the fight. He would have taken more risks. And you know what, honestly, if Bernard Hopkins fought any more aggressive, he would have got knocked out. Thank God he was using his defense. He would have, if he fought Kovalev man to man, he would have got knocked out. There's no debating. Okay, Hopkins did not want to engage. He didn't really want to engage. Okay, he did at times. He snuffed some good right hands in there that bothered Kovalev. But if he engaged, he would have got knocked out. That's as simple as that. Okay. But I give credit for Bernard Hopkins because he did take a lot of punches from him. He has a great chin. There's nobody else from 175, even guys in cruiserweight wouldn't have been able to take that kind of power for that long, okay? No one else from none of these, John Pascal, Dona Stevenson, Andre Ward, none of these guys would have been able to take that amount of punishment, okay? All right, if they're going to beat Hopkins, it's not going to be by taking that amount of hits. I mean, Hopkins was getting hit with right hands all night long, okay? All night long, all right? I like Kovalev's body shots. You know, Hopkins didn't really do much to me, but just be a 49-year-old man surviving against a guy that is knocking everyone out. You know, I wasn't really too impressed other than his durability. I really wasn't impressed with him. But a guy's about to be 50 years old. And, you know, I'm not putting all, like I said to you, I'm not going to make any excuses for Hopkins. Yes, his reflexes is diminishing, even on a defensive standpoint. It's clear to me, you know. His speed, he looked extremely slow against Kovalev. Kovalev was beating him into the punch throughout the whole night. But much respect to the man. The man is an old man. And, you know, he tried to make history. He went for it, and he's fighting the best fighters. And he might even still fight Adonis Stevenson. You know, you never know, right? So, I'm going to make more videos to this. There's so many things we could discuss now because Kovalev is, he's an elite fighter. I mean, I see people not giving him his credit already. He's an elite fighter, man. He beat him for 12 rounds, all right? And the fight could have been stopped in that 12th round. It could have been stopped because Hopkins wasn't really fighting back, and he kept getting hurt over and over again. Kovalev is an elite fighter, and I can't wait to do more videos discussing this, you know, topic now. How good is Kovalev? Who should he fight? What happens if he fought this guy? Because now we know how good he really is, all right? So make sure you subscribe and leave comments.